So our final Christmas kit is the Christmas Rose Hellebore kit. Now Hellebores are an absolute favourite of mine for winter. We did them last month and you love them, so we brought them back again this month, and this is a new addition in that this is the creme de la creme, I guess, of Hellebores in the Hellebore world. It is a Verbloom Beauty variety, which means that it has a mass of buds around its sort of crown, like so many buds. I don't know if you can see, they're everywhere. And the idea of it when it was bred was to bloom at Christmas time. Now they're not actually roses, they're just called the Christmas rose. So yeah, they're bred to bloom at Christmas time. So these I've had in the studio for a good 2 weeks, and they're just starting. So when you get yours, you'll have loads and loads and loads of buds. You might have the odd kind of, one peeking through here. This one is exactly the same, from the same kind of delivery that we had, and this one started to come out yesterday. So hopefully it just shows you, I don't know if you can see that, if I put it on my desktop, just how dreamy and gorgeous it is. I think it's one of my favourite plants, this variety. Anyway, let's start potting up. So in your kit, you will have your gravel, your compost, your moss, your Hellebore plant, and a 12cm scallop pot. Now we don't have any twigs or dry thyme in this kit, and the reason for that is that because this plant's buds are so, I don't know, intricate around the crown of the plant, there are lots under the surface as well, that haven't even kind of poked up yet. I just don't want to risk you not getting your full enjoyment of your plant because maybe they might have been damaged when you put your birch twigs in. It's not worth it. I just also think it's just stunning on its own, and hopefully, if you've ordered this kit, you'll see why. Okay, so we'll add in our gravel. So this provides the drainage so that the roots aren't sat in water. Oh, it's the dishwasher, sorry about that. Then add in a handful of compost, and then after watering your Hellebore, gently, very gently, take your plant out of its pot. There we go, it's coming, there we go. I mean, look at that. Oh, look at those roots, incredible. Anyway, pop it down gently, and then simply add in more compost around the edges, just to fill in the gaps, just obviously being really gentle. Now just some Hellebore care. Hellebores do brilliantly indoors. This one in particular does very, very well indoors, but it needs to be kept damp. So if you see your Hellebore looking a little bit kind of floppy, it needs a drink. So don't worry, just give it a really nice drink of water, and it should perk up a treat. Keep them as cool as possible. Again, mine is on my windowsill. My kitchen windowsill is like my little sort of scientific lab where I test things and make sure things survive in certain conditions before I send them out to you. And it has done really well. It is a northwest facing kitchen, so it's not really, really sunny. It's light, but it's not sort of, it doesn't have a sort of direct sunlight coming through the window. So it's obviously happy with that. I've just kept it damp. I've just watered it every couple of days really, and that's all you really need to do. So I'm going to start adding in my moss. You've got your flat moss and your bun moss. I personally would just go flat moss. You'll have enough in your kit of just the flat moss, which is this one here. The bun moss is slightly chunkier. Now, I hate to include just one moss in any kit. I just can't do it. Can't physically just add one moss in. It has to be a 2. Sometimes I have to put 3 in. But don't feel like you have to use it. Find something else for it. Pop it on another plant, because I think that the less kind of manipulation of the plant, the better. So you can create this beautiful mound of moss on top, gently, of just a nest of buds. It's just insane. They are so incredible. And that is basically it. So, I mean, how Christmassy does that look? Just such a beautiful gift as well. I'd be delighted to receive a Christmas rose, that's for sure. So that's all you need to do. Just keep it down. Don't keep it too hot. Don't put it near a radiator. Keep it as cool as we possibly can. When the flowers go over, so this one will come up, it'll bloom, and then, maybe depending on the sort of the climate it's sat in, it might last a couple of weeks. And then when it starts to go over or starts to go brown, you simply cut it at the base of its stem, being really careful of the buds, because there may be sort of some buds coming off the main stem just next to it. So snip it off. That will then encourage more buds to bloom in its place. And that's about it. So that is your Christmas rose hellebore kit.